We're going to take this cast iron skillet and this flat iron steak, and we're going to do a reverse sear. Full disclosure, Typhur sent me this new Sync Gold Quad for free to give it a test. That steak was absolutely amazing, and my good friends over there at Typhur decided to give you a 10% discount with my exclusive code. Just use Bob Travis when you check out. Details will be down in the description. So let's get cooking. This is amazing thermometer. A lot of high reviews. We're going to put her to the test. We're going to stick it in this here flat iron steak. We're going to bake it in the oven, and then we're going to put it on the stove top to get a nice sear. A little piece there in the center. I just don't want that, so I'm going to take that out. All right, we're ready to go. Let's put a couple probes in here. Just pull it out. It automatically connects. Now the cool part, they have 6 different sensors in here in total. It's got the safety zone and the ambience on the end here. Many of them only have 1 or 2, but this tracks ambient and internal temps across the whole meat for super accuracy. So let's go ahead and insert a couple of these in the thickest part of that meat. Look at that going through there like butter. Now see that safety zone, you want to be at least to that point as I understand it. And you know, since this thing's kind of big, I'm thinking we're going to put a few in here. Why not? We got 4. Let's put number 2. We'll just stick it right here in about the center. We got number 3 out. Let's do it. I'm just putting it in the thickest part because I want to test this thing out, see how it works. What better way than to put them all in here? First glance, these are pretty thin. I was kind of impressed. I wondered if it'd take a little effort to get them in. They just went in like they was going in hot butter. So first impression on the probes, they're stout. They seem very sturdy, and we got them stuck in the meat. Flat iron steak is one of my all-time favorite cuts of meat. It's usually on a little bit lower side of the price point too, so that's a good thing. I like to take them a little bit higher, more tough cut of a meat. I think I'm gonna set this thing to like 140, and then that way by the time I sear it in the cast iron skillet on the stove, it should be just around medium or slightly above. What I love about this is it has a base station. I can just put it over here by the oven. 9 out of 10 times, I'm guessing I won't even use my phone because I'll just be right here. I'll walk over and see how we're doing. But it does have that opportunity, limitless distance. It's on your Wi-Fi. So you can be outside cutting the grass and you'll get a notification on your phone. Let's go ahead and try to set this up, see how it works. Arrows will move you 1 to 1. So look at that. Alert at target temp. Huh, I don't even have to type anything. What did I tell you? 140. It already knew what I was thinking. There's a little circle here. It says confirm. Let's just confirm it. See what happens. Oh, look at that. Turned right to 140. So I guess we just do the same thing. Confirm that. 140 is what it started out at. I like the way this is working. Confirm. Hit that arrow. Hit this again. Hit it again. And bam, we're already done. I'm telling you, that is pretty slick. And I am a techie guy. That's what I do for a living. So I like gadgets. And this, so far, we're 2 out of 2. The probes are cool. And the base station is really cool. I'm impressed. I love this Bad Byron's dry seasoning. This stuff is just good. I just hit that kind of liberal and give her a little coating. Now, if you want to get all crazy, put on there whatever you want. I'm just going to hit it with a little onion powder. Well, I'm not. That one's not open. It's always something when you're making YouTube videos. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. I knew I already had one open. That was a spare. If you just want to hit it with that, don't forget to get the other side. Just hit it a little bit with some onion powder or any kind of your seasoning or herbs of your choice. Have some avocado oil. I like it because it's a high smoke temp. And you're putting something in the oven. That way you don't have to worry about getting any of that smoke going on and screwing up your cast iron. So I usually wipe this in with a paper towel, but I'm going to get a little crazy today and I'm just going to use this brush. I've seen some other YouTuber do that. I always like to kind of hit the edges just in case anything splashes. You get that splashy grease coming out and it just gets your pan all nasty. Saves you on some cleanup. We all say, I think we just throw this meat right down in here. I don't think there's anything fancy we have to do. As a matter of fact, let's flip it this way. There we go. All right, we got that steak in there. It pretty much fits. I think this is my I don't know, that must be my 12-inch skillet. I believe the directions said you shouldn't let your probes touch any of the cooking device you're using, whether it's a skillet, your smoker racks, etc. Probably give you a false reading. I just used 350 degrees Fahrenheit on that oven. I think that's going to be fine for what we're trying to do here. What I like about it is all the probes are on one screen. I'm not doing that flipping back and forth thing. And I think the base station is going to be key to the way I cook, because I'm usually hanging out nearby my food. Now, if I want to go and say I'm editing one of my YouTube videos, I'll just take my phone up there and keep an eye on it, and it'll ding and let me know when the food's ready. This is going to work out pretty good, I'm pretty sure. I'm highly impressed so far. We got a couple things under our belt, and they're all working out perfect. And then what else we got? Our target temperatures, 140 on all 3 probes. Temperatures are moving up. And see there, that thing just went to sleep, blinking, telling you, just hit that button. It turns back on. It's just a battery saver. And it'll calculate the remaining time to cook once this does its thing. I think that's going to be pretty spectacular. And we'll see. It's saying, this one's saying it's going to take about 17 minutes. So it's start doing its math calculations based on the statistics within the unit. This might be just really, really swell. I've been watching this here base unit for a while. It's working pretty slick. It's coming up. It's only been a couple minutes, if that. And looks like the ambient temperature is getting close to the oven setting. Cut me up some taters. I think I'd go good with a flat iron steak. I've been here cutting these taters up, and that base unit made a little beeping noise. It was kind of cool. I clicked on what it was saying, and it's just reminded me to clean them contacts good before you put it back in there. So it kind of has a self-help right built into the base unit. This thing's telling me I'm about ready. It's probably been 15 or so minutes, and I know that meat tapered off, so I'm sure one side's not done and the others are. Let me pull it out and let's take a quick look. Yeah, I think that don't look too shabby, actually. Some juice coming out of there. So we got probe number 1, which is over here and probably the thicker part, and that's showing 158. Probe number 2 is kind of more towards the center. That's showing 147. And then last but not least is number 3. It's showing 170, which that might make sense because it's on that smaller end. So we might be ready to sear this thing. What do y'all think? That was pretty slick. That worked really good. I heard a couple beeps and I was over here messing around cutting up potatoes and some other things, and lo and behold, it's a good thing I had these in that meat because I might have overcooked it. Hey, I almost forgot. I had my phone on. I wasn't even paying attention. So I just opened the app up. 149, 130 ambient. Okay, 149 and 157. So far, so good. I'm impressed. Well, that big cast iron skillet there is heating up, getting ready to sear. I just grabbed me one of these lodges off my rack, and we're going to start these taters. For taters, I just like to use a little bit of olive oil because it has a low smoke point, keeps me out of trouble. If I start smoking, I know it's too hot and I'm going to mess up. We're just going to dump it in here. And you can put as much or as little as you want. This isn't a big deal. You can cook them anyway, but I know it's about empty, so I'm just going to finish this baby off. I like to get up on them edges a little bit and just spread it around so we get even coverage. I think we're probably pretty close. We're at like 350. I think that's hot enough for sear for my liking. I don't like the biggest smoky mess, so let's give her a shot. Listen to that sear. See, here's what I like about it. You don't need to be up at 500 or 600 degrees because then your pan gets all cruddy. Just sear it that way. I don't know about you all, but I absolutely love the sound of a sear. And you don't have to be real high. That's searing right now. You can hear it. I'm at, what, 350 degrees. And then I'm not making a big smoky mess, and I don't have to stand at the sink cleaning my cast iron for a half an hour. And a lot of times I just kind of give it a love tap. While we're finishing up searing that steak, I'm going to do these taters. There's always something to get away. Combine these with the oil a little bit. They're kind of all mixed in good. Now my question is, how often do you peek? Is that all the way seared? I'm ready to flip over that flat iron steak. I did the 2 clicks on the tongs. Let's flip her over and see what she looks like. It's not stuck, so it's self-released. That's good. Look at that. Oh, I like the way that looks. Here. Yeah, they're coming loose. They're not quite there yet. I can feel a little resistance. And yeah, them potatoes, they'll just self-release if you just have a little bit of patience. They'll go scraping around when they're still stuck to the bottom. Once they get up there, they get a little barrier between that iron and the potato. They'll just pop loose every single time if you don't have your skillet too hot. I like the butter based on steak. I do it pretty much every time. So I'm just going to throw it in the skillet, let this melt down, and we'll just spoon it up over the top, add a few herbs in there, and this will be delicious. Let's take that butter and plop it right in there. You just want that to get melted. You can move it around if you want. You know what? Let's just take this chunk. Let's just rub it right on the top while we're doing this. Why not? I've just been keeping an eye on that butter. If it starts to get brown, I'll turn the heat down. Diced up? No, I didn't dice up. I sliced up julienne. I don't know, whatever these onions are called. I like them in these little strips. Let's move them onions around. Get them down in that beautiful butter. Let's check these taters. By the way, this is one of them brand new Lodge with just the factory seasoning. Look at that. Just see there? I just let them... Oh, wait. Oh, that's why I use metal. And this metal's not hurting this cast iron. That seasoning's not able to be penetrated. I'm liking what I'm seeing. This thing's all busted loose. There's just that one little piece. I just chunked up this garlic. It's just like 2 cloves. I like to leave them kind of big. And then you can eat it if you want, or if not, just give a little bit of that taste. Oh, look at that side. That's a nice seared steak. And see, put it right back in there. Just starts making all that nice racket. Look at them fine probes sticking out of there. Those things are pretty darn cool. 1, 2, 3. Take a quick look to see what this thing's telling us. See, we're still staying about where I want to be. Put some of this on the top. Look at that. Nice butter on there. Just stick it on there. That cast iron is going to make this taste delicious. Just saying. I think them there taters are probably ready to go. Let's do the Mrs. Dash. Just hit them with this. Make it easy. I like putting it on at the end because I don't want it to get all burned. Move them around. Let's see if they're stuck. Oh, nothing. 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 Yeah, those are some nice taters right there. Not a single one stuck in that new Lodge. I love it. All right, confession time. I gotta tell you what's going on in my kitchen. I bought 2 brand new Lodge cast iron skillets. I have not seasoned them my way. They're factory seasoned. And you know what? This is kind of surprising for a guy that's been around cast iron 50 years. I'm grabbing them every time I have to cook something that's gonna positively stick, like them taters. And guess what? They've never stuck to date. It's amazing. I'm so impressed with that stuff. I would have never thought. I have a couple old Griswolds and I'd always pick one of them when I had sticky stuff. Now I'm picking these. They're working fine. So don't be afraid to buy some Lodge cast irons. Pretty inexpensive. If you want to collect an heirloom, by all means do that too. I'm a fan of both, but these things are working out pretty darn good lately. There's 2 ways to check to see if taters are done. You can kind of poke them with your spatula or a fork or something, or you can just grab one. That's what we're going with today. Let's snag a piece. Those are just right. They're soft, but they still got just a smidge of crunch to them. A little coating on the outside. Them babies are good. We're going to get plated up here momentarily. So the steak's out. The cool part about these probes, they're waterproof, so you don't have to worry about basting in butter. They're not going to damage the probes. What happens when I try to get one of them out of there? Are they going to be like smoking hot? I mean, they're not smoking hot at all. Warm to the touch, but I can keep my finger on there. That's pretty darn cool. Let me pull that one out, number 1. And this should be number 2. And they look fine. I don't see anything happen to them. And number 3. 3 probes. 1 piece of flat iron steak. I'm ready to cut this flat iron steak. It's been sitting here a few minutes, so let's see what she looks like. Oh, look at that. I'm telling you what, that looks pretty darn good. Let's try this small end, see what it looks like. It's actually not too bad. That's not really that overdone, actually. Look at the juices rolling out of this thing. I mean, there's some juices coming out here. Steak looks absolutely spectacular. We got little bit medium rare, medium here on this end. We got a little bit towards the medium well on that end, which works out good in my family because I like it this way. Wife likes it that way. That Typhur Sync Gold Quad, I mean, that thing was spectacular. It just tells you what's going on. Has the ambient, has the internal, 4 probes. They make a 2-probe model too, which if you don't cook for a lot of people, might be the way to go. I'm always cooking for a bunch of people, so I thought, hey, this would be pretty good. I can put in a few different meats, doing 3 or 4 steaks, and I got enough probes to get her done. I'd highly recommend it. Down there in that description, there'll be a link. It's an affiliate link, so I get a couple bucks when you buy one. Helps support the channel. Got a little piece of that off of there. And let's try that flat iron first. It's been a while since I made one. I'm telling you what, that flavor is spectacular. Let's have a bite of the medium well side. That's really good. Them potatoes, those are really good. I don't know about you all, but fried potatoes in the cast iron skillet, is there really any other way to do it? I mean, they just taste good. I think that skillet adds to it. They're just a smidge crunch to them still, which I enjoy instead of being like a mashed potato. So we have a great meal. I'm going to sit down here, enjoy my dinner, and you know, just checking out this Typhur Sync Gold Quad worked amazing. Told me on the Baste unit and on my phone, so I'm a fan. So hopefully you enjoyed. I appreciate you watching. Bust out that cast iron, turn that heat up, but cook on that lower side. And please keep cooking.